Hi everyone, I'm Mesa. Today I'm gonna present our workbook summary of chapter 3. The chapter is about phonology, phonotactics, and suprasegmentals, and there are some subheadings. First one is phonemes, second one phonemic rules, third one phonological processes, fourth phonotactics, five suprasegmental features, and sixth syllable structure. If you are ready, let's start it. Phonemes. What's the meaning of phonemes? The concept of distinctiveness is captured by a notion of phoneme. A phoneme is a distinctive or constructive sound in a language. What distinctive means in this context is that the sound makes a difference in meaning and has communicative value, and different phonemes make contrast in words. There is an example, M, L, and T are all phonemes. The phonemes of a language are determined by means of what are called minimal pairs. A minimal pair is a set of different words consisting of all the same sounds except for one. And the one sound which contrasts is then determined to be phoneme. There are some debates about the nature of phoneme. One of these waves is the further advantage of incorporating notion of allophone. An allophone is a predictable variant of a phoneme. Allophones are the individual members of a class of sounds, a phoneme, or pronounceable or concrete realization of an abstraction. And the other subheading, phonemic rules. Phonemic rules stipulate the different environments in which the allophones of a given phoneme are found. There are some example of phonemic rules in English. First, since H may be analyzed as a voiceless approximant that is homorganic with the following vowel, we could write a rule for the predictable variants of this phoneme as follows. H is heat, heat, hat, who, hood. You can see the example in this picture. And the second one is the voiceless stop P has a number of variants. You can see in this picture port, party, computer, apart, sports, spring, apparent, proclaim, tipsy, like that. And the third one is the voiceless stop T has more variants than P. Tank, return attempt, fitness, atlas, footprint, stop, try, twin, you can see. And the fourth, the phoneme N also has a number of predictable variants. You can see in famous inflammation, confirm, environment, noise, tones, funny, ping, like that. The fifth one, the rule for vowel length can be stated as follows. You can see fade, grow, fade, ape, face, taste, like that. Uh, and the other subheading, phonological processes. Uh, Phonological processes, um, there are some uh, rules about it. Let's look at all consonants are labialized before rounded vowels. The other one, vowels are fronted to the palatal region in the environment of a front vowel. L becomes dark or velarized after a vowel or other approximant. Voiceless stops are aspirated word or syllable initially before a stressed vowel, and vowels are nasalized before a nasal. And You can see this phonological rule in below pictures. And the other subheading, phonotactics. Phonotactics are the constraints on positions and sequences of sounds in a language. Phonotactics are always language specific, that is, combinations of certain sounds may be permitted in another language which are not permitted in English, such as PN beginning a word. Uh, you can see examples about phonotactics. And now let's look at concentrates. First one is N is never word initial, it's word medial only after a stress vowel as anger. The other H, J, and V are always syllable initial before a stressed vowel, as in hit, yes, and wet. And J and V occur syllable finally only as a part of diphthong. And the syllabic nasals M and M and the syllabic liquids L and R are never word initial and unreleased stops only occur word finally, as in tap, or before another stop, as in apt. Let's move. And the other subheading, suprasegmental features. Suprasegmental features are those articulatory features which are superimposed over more than one segment, vowel or consonant. They include stress and intonation. A stress, every word spoken in isolation has at least one stress syllable. In articulatory terms, stress includes a rise in air pressure, an increase in the activity of the respiratory muscles, forces more air out of the lungs during the articulation of a particular syllable. And there may also be an increase in the activity of stress. Also, there may also be an increase in the activity of larynx, resulting in higher pitch. And conventionally, different degrees or levels of stress are differentiated at the word level. You can see primary, marked by an acute accent, secondary, level 2, marked by a grave accent, and unstressed, level 3, unmarked or marked by a brief. So, stress can distinguish different parts of speech, as in corresponding sets of nouns, with initial stress and words, with final stress. Below, noun produce, produce. Insult, insult. You can see noun and word. And stress patterns in derivationally related words distinguish parts of speech. And noun diplomat, noun abstract, diplomacy, and adjective diplomatic. And intonation. Intonation refers to patterns of pitch variation in a sentence. In describing intonation, we generally identify 4 different levels of pitch, which we can refer to as extra high, high, middle, and low. Within an utterance, the pitch tends to alternate between low and high. And it has been the practice to recognize 2 basic intonation contours, falling intonation and rising intonation. And you can see examples. We'll look at the first one. A statement has a long fallen intonation pattern, and there is example. A whale is a mammal. Here mammal is the topic and whale is new information. And the second one, a comment also has long fallen intonation when compliance is expected. Close the window or take your seats. And the third one is a yes/no question has a long rising intonation pattern, since it expects an answer. Do you want some coffee? And you can say yes or no. And it has long rising intonation pattern. Let's move. And syllable structure. The syllables represents a level of structure intuitively recognized by speakers of the language. Uh, it demonstrates significantly in the rhythm and prosody of the language. As noted earlier, a syllable make up obligatory of a vowel or syllable consonant. This is the acoustic peak or nucleus of the syllable and potentially carries stress. As discussed above, a syllable may optionally begin with 1 to 3 consonants, the onset of the syllable, and may close with a 1 to 4 consonant, the coda of the syllable. And you can see it in below picture. And there's a diagram. And that's the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening.